Well, okay, today we're going to be getting started with ProMax. We're going to learn how to do a basic simulation in ProMax. Some of the basics to starting out with ProMax is one, defining the environment, and we're going to see that's the thermodynamics and the components that we're going to be using in the simulation. The next step is to do PFD. We're going to draw PFD in ProMax and define the process variables. Then once all that's done, we're going to go ahead and run to see some of the results. And we're going to start out with an example. In this case, we have 7 million standard cubic feet of a gas at 850 psig and 90 F, and we want to run through a flash tank to remove some of the heavier hydrocarbons. The molar composition of this gas is 50% methane, 25% ethane, 5% propane, 10% N-butane, and 10% N-pentane. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our environment. Okay, and we're going to define our environment based on the process that we're modeling. Okay, in ProMax, if we click anywhere we see an option that says what's this, okay, we click on that, it's going to open up a dialog box or a window that tells us different processes that we have and some of the recommended thermodynamic packages that we suggest for modeling those processes. In this case, for acid gas injection gas processing, we recommend either an SRK or a Peng-Robinson. In this case, since we are doing pretty much gas processing, you can go ahead and choose an SRK or a Peng-Robinson. Okay. Over package type, I'm going to look up the filter for equations of state, and I'm going to choose a Peng-Robinson. Go to components. Components, I'm going to go ahead and add all the components that we're going to be dealing with. In this case, we have methane, ethane, propane, N-butane, and N-pentane. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add C1. I can either add a component to C1, methane, CH4. It all depends on your preference. Okay, I've added my components. You can also look them up by formula, cast number, type, or classification. So I'll click OK. Okay, now I have a thermodynamic property package associated with the simulation and a list of components. Now, if you remember, the next step is to go ahead and draw the PFD. Okay, so I'm going to use process streams to go ahead and start to draw this PFD. Okay, we have the gas coming in to the plant. We want to separate it. We can look on the separator list, look for a separator, and we're going to connect the gas and the liquid stream. Okay. As you can probably see, as soon as we have the separator correctly connected, it's going to change from a red color to a blue color. Okay, and you're going to see that a lot of the objects in ProMax are going to change colors, and that's to help you identify how the system is converging and what needs to be correctly modeled. And in case you're missing any process information, the colors will let you know if you do. Okay, so now to define the process variables. Okay, we're going to want to define first is the 7 million standard cubic feet of gas, 850 psig, and the 90 F. We do that by double clicking on the stream, and that opens up a dialog box where we can set up the pressure, temperature, etc. Okay. In this case, we have a temperature of 90 F and 850 psig. Okay. Nice thing in ProMax, I can type in the units and it'll recognize and do the conversion automatically. Okay. And as you can see, as I keep on adding process variables, a lot of the properties become grayed out, and that helps us avoid over-specifying variables. Okay. Now the only thing we need now is composition. Okay, mole fraction. we had 50, we had 25, 5, 10, and 10. Okay. Now we close out of this. We should see, zoom in, we should see that our process string changed colors to green. Once everything is fully defined in ProMax, you're going to see the color green. Okay. Now to define the separator, go ahead and double click on that. Go to process data. Take a look at a pressure drop. You can specify mole fraction vapor. In this case, we want to do a ideal flash. Just specify a pressure drop of 0 psi, and all it's going to do is separate your vapor from your liquid. We can click execute here to run it. Okay, another option to run would have been to go to the execute option, where we can execute a project, flow sheet, or block. In ProMax, you have an option to run either a single block, an entire page, or the entire project. And you're going to be using those depending on what you're looking for in terms of results. Okay, that's pretty easy enough. And what we can see here is our gas stream. It's 100% vapor, and the liquid 100% liquid. Okay, pretty easy. It's the basics of learning how to use ProMax. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We hope to be helping you out in the near future.